What's up, guys? It's Obo, and today I'm going to be going over the BBR Season 5 playoff bracket and what my predictions are for who is going to be crowned the champion of the Season 5 of the Reject, whatever it fucking means. But regardless, this is going to be a super fun video, and I'm very excited to be getting to do this. I did partake in the D-League, did not make playoffs, but make sure you guys check out the BBR D-League playoffs. It is in the semifinals, I believe, and they just came out yesterday. Before we get any further, it would mean the world to me if you all would leave a sub. I'm on the road to 400 subs now. I'm at like 315. If you guys do enjoy this type of content, let me know. And who do you guys think is going to be crowned the champion of the BBR? So let's go ahead and look at the 1 seed versus 8 seed. We have the Graveyard, which is our good buddy J-Bear, versus the Nice Jinx and Mephisto. Mephisto is one of the most entertaining draft league battlers I've ever seen. I love watching that motherfucker's videos, but I do think J-Bear has the upper hand. J-Bear did beat Mephisto earlier in the season, and J-Bear just has one of the most well-rounded teams that could, honestly, it just shows why he is the 1 seed. With Garchomp, Cinderace, Terrabax, Gengar, Klefki, Rotom-Mow, the Dunsparce, Heracross, Quagsire, and Drifblim. Just overall crazy team that is so hard to switch into. And Mephisto's team is pretty interesting, actually, with Houndstone, T-Tar, Sandy Shock, Salamence, Toxapex, Bronzong, Espeon, the Cloyster, got Lucario, Lokix, and the Oricorio. Just a super interesting team. I love me some T-Tar, but I just don't think it's going to be able to handle J-Bear's team at all. Like earlier in the season, J-Bear's team just was so overwhelming to deal with, and just is insane, man. Like Terrabax just puts in work. Like nothing wants to switch into that Mon at all. So for round 1 seed versus 8 seed, I'm going to be taking the Graveyard over the Nice Jinx. I'm sorry, Mephisto, but J-Bear's team's just fucking nutty, bro. Next, let's go ahead and talk about the 4 seed versus the 5 seed, the LA Wakers and Joey Pokegame versus the Carolina Roaring Moon, which is OG Albina. This matchup is going to be crazy. I do believe they played week 2 or something, and the LA Wakers Pokegame did come out with a win, but I think Owen is going to bring the stub out. I think Owen probably has the most well-rounded team. I think him and J-Bear, because I just said J-Bear, but I think Owen can barely inch him out. Like both teams are very even, but I think Owen's team is just Great Tusk, Terra Iron Moth, Rotom Wash, Screamtail, Fortress, Hydreigon, Talonflame, Gothitelle, Breloom, Ursaring, which is fucking crazy. Ursaring with Evioli is actually nutty, and a Spidops with webs, if it does decide to bring that. And I mean, the LA Wakers team, and obviously Pokemon is one of the greatest battlers, if not the greatest battler that we have seen. He has a Palafin and Iron Treads in a Spathra, a Meowscarada, a Sylveon, a Paldean Tauros Blaze, a Dragalge, a Mismagius, a Ditto, a Halucha, and a Knucklestock. Pronounced that horribly, Jesus Christ. I do think Owen is going to be able to inch him out, though. I think this is going to be one of the better matches we see in the playoffs. I just think Owen's team is just super hard to handle, and it's going to be super interesting to see how this rematch goes. But like I said, I'm going to be taking the Carolina Roaring Moon over the LA Wakers. So we're going to go to the other side of the bracket, and we have the Portland Nightshaders versus the Winnipeg Blue Blastoise. Now, it's surprising to see Kurt. The Winnipeg Blue Blastoise is a 7 seed, but they did lose 4 straight, I believe. And John obviously went 6-2, I believe. So I have John right beside me. John, say hello.
Hello.
So obviously, John, you think you're going to win. I would have to agree with you, because I think Kurt's matchup is actually kind of dog dick, to say the least. The matchup is, Kurt's team is Iron Bundle. We got a Terravolk, a King Gambit, a Slowking, Serena, Iron Jugulis, Gardevoir, Palmont, Hippowdon, Lycanroc, and the Poison type that's ugly, Muck. Okay, I was going to say Swalot because I couldn't see. And John's team is, John ended up, what pick did you have, John? 7th. Had 7th, and he got Terra Chiempo, which is crazy. But he has Terra Champ out with Dark Fairy, his Gholdengo, Glomora, Quaquaval, Silazar, Slowbro, Woshien, Dashbun, Kilowattrel, Sandaconda, and the Dozo. Now, 3 water types is kind of odd, but Dozo has put in work since he's picked it up. And I really think Kurt just can't beat his team. Like, Volk does not do much against John, in my honest opinion. I don't really see anything other than Paul Mizzy putting in some type of work. Other than that, man, I do not see how Kurt wins unless he just plays out of his fucking mind. I think John could play kind of dumb and still win just based off a matchup. Just straight up matchup. So I think John is going to win that. John, what's your actual opinion on this matchup? What do you think does well?
So just matchup-wise, I think in general I have a good matchup mon for mon. I think Iron Bundle and Palmot do really well, but other than that, on Kurt's team, nothing does great. He only has Serena as a remover, so I'm able to get some hazards up with Glomora. It's kind of my game plan going into it. But you guys can see the team builder on Saturday, in which I go in more in depth. But even more than just Pokemon, like more of a mental game, Kurt is extremely burnt out right now, and I am getting back into being pretty confident in my ability to, play Pokemon, be good at Pokemon. Like, it's just a game at the end of the day, but I'm getting back to the point to where I think that I'm a very good player, and mentally, if I think that I make really good plays and I focus in, I think I'll be able to win the championship, actually. Not even just round 1. I think there's nobody that can stop me.
Heard it here first. John Jr. thinks he is the GOAT of Pokemon, that he is going to win BBR. We will talk more about who I think will win after we talk about this next matchup. The San Diego Chimchargers MV is going against the Montreal Scorpies and Amel. I don't think there's any way in hell MV loses again to the reverse sweep D-Knight. I think he's going to actually put in at least 7 hours and 22 minutes of prep to not get swept by a D-Knight again. MV's team's crazy too. I mean, he has a Walking Wake, a Ting Lu, a Torkoal, and he now has a Slitherwing as well, which is his Terramon and Terra Bug and Terra Flying. Last time his Terra was Walking Wake, and I want to say he had Iron Hands when they first went against each other. But he also has a Hatterene, a Magnezone, a Girafarai, a Bramblegast, a Flamingo, a Ceruledge, and a Scovillain. And then Amel's team, which is crazy that Amel just drafted he still had like 22 points left on the board after he got done drafting. But he has a Dragonite, Terra Dragonite, which is arguably the best mon in draft format with Terra. It's just fucking crazy, man. With Scizor, Hisuian Zoroark, Paldean, Tauros, Water, or whatever the fuck, Aqua, Florges, Rotom Fan, Toedscruel, Skuntank, Ice-Q, Armarouge, and the Lechonk. I wonder if Amel's going to bring Lechonk to this playoff match. I kind of hope he does, man. If he brings Lechonk and beats Envy, then I will fucking shit myself. But I really think Envy is not going to get swept twice against the same mon. I also think Amel is one of the best builders I've seen, so Amel's probably not going to bring the same shit, obviously, and probably have a way different mindset. But I still think the San Diego Chimchargers are going to be able to edge over the Montreal Scorpies in round 1. So going to round 2 of the playoffs on the left side of the bracket, I do have the Graveyard and J-Bear going against Owen and the Carolina Roaring Moon. Now, this matchup earlier in the season, I believe it was week 2. Owen did beat J-Bear, and it was a super good match. And I believe Owen is still going to beat J-Bear. I love you, J-Bear, man. I just think Owen's going to win, man. I think Owen's team is just absolutely crazy. You don't see a trend of me saying that. I just think it's super, super well balanced. I think if Owen's having a good day and, he's already a phenomenal battler, he's just going to beat J-Bear. I think J-Bear's a crazy battler, too. They're two of the best Draft League players I know, personally. And they have shown that they are two of the best Draft League players. But I just think Owen is going to be able to inch him out. Like I said, I think these matches are going to be crazy close in playoffs. Crazy close. All of them. They're like, Owen is probably going to win like 2-0 or some shit like that. 2-0, 1-0. Like, Terra Backs just plays so well into this, so I could see J-Bear winning. But I think Owen is going to win. It's like a 52-48 type deal for me. Like, I think it's going to be super close. Terra Backs could kind of come in or put in the fucking work here and inch out the dub for J-Bear. But I am going to have Owen beating J-Bear. Next, on the other side for the semifinals, we have the Portland Nightshaders versus the San Diego Chim Chargers. Now, this matchup is going to be insane. John versus Envy. They didn't play in the regular season, and I think this matchup is actually super, super cool. We see, you know, Sun with Walking Wake and Slitherwing, and also Skullvillain versus John's pretty balanced team. Even though he does have 3 water types, it is still very balanced. I think Skullvillain actually fucks John up. Like, Skullvillain can fuck John up completely. Like, I guess they have to be fucking whatever, the Dashbun. Dashbun had to come in clutch here, but I really think that Skullvillain puts in the work against John. So if they do play, I think Skullvillain can eat John up, but maybe a little biasm here. Maybe I'm being a little biased because, you know, personally I know John, obviously, but he's one of my best friends. But I think John's gonna win. I think John would beat Envy in this matchup. I think Envy's matchup is pretty good. Walking Wake can absolutely nuke his team. But also John has a Dozo, Slowbro, and a Quaquaval. Could probably see an 8 feet Dozo or something along those lines. But other than that, like Ting Lu obviously can kind of set there, but with having 3 water types. I get their Sun, but Quaquaval can bulk up against that. I know John hates Quaquaval, but still, I really think John can inch this dub out. I know I've said inch this dub out because I really think these fucking matches are going to be so close, man. Super, super close. Like 2-0. 2-0 win, maybe. I think this match can go either way. Just like the other semifinals match, the Graveyard versus the Carolina Roaring Moon. But I am going to have John beating Envy. And we have our finals matchup for my predictions. The Carolina Roaring Moon versus the Portland Nightshaders. And this one was probably the easiest pick for me after doing all these. The Carolina Roaring Men are going to beat the Portland Nightshaders if this scenario does happen. I think this because John did show his cards with that Glomora set, and John has a horrible matchup against Owen. I can't remember what week it was, maybe week 4, week 3, where John and Owen played. But John, you know, really showed all his cards, and he would have to whip something out of his ass to beat Owen, I think, because Owen's matchup is just insane. Like, on paper, it just absolutely nukes John. And I think John could play insane out of his mind and could still lose this match just because Owen's team is so much better into this matchup. Not like Mons was. I'm just saying, like, this matchup is so much better for Owen. And I genuinely think Owen could even have an off day and he could still win this based off the matchup. And, I mean, both battlers are phenomenal at the game. Phenomenal at the game. And I just think the Carolina Roaring Moon are going to be the BBR Season 5 champion. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Who do you think is going to win the BBR Season 5 championship? I'm super interested to hear what you guys have to say. Let me know your opinions in the comment section, like I said. What takes did you think I had that was just absolutely off? Just horrible fucking takes. I'm down to listen and reason because I am pretty bad at guessing shit. So I could be wrong. I could be definitely wrong. We could see some crazy shit happen. I really think it's going to be Portland Nightshaders versus the Carolina Roaring Moon. I think you could even maybe make it the Graveyard versus the Portland Nightshaders. But I really think it's going to be Owen OG Albina taking the chip this season. That's going to be it for me, guys, and I'll catch y'all later.